So I want to clarify one thing. When I say all in, it doesn't mean that it has to be your full-time job. You can go all in network marketing and still actually have another job, okay? Just to be clear, because to me, the all in, it's twofold. It's mindset and it's the actions you're taking, right? The funny thing is when you shift your mindset to being all in, the actions start to flow more naturally. And when it comes to what I mean by all in is that you need to decide that this is your business.
Welcome to episode 116 of the Network Marketing Made Simple podcast. And if you're a new listener, then welcome. And if you're a returning listener, then welcome back. And as always, if you are solely building your network marketing business through the means of Facebook and Instagram, and you are not yet harnessing and leveraging the power of LinkedIn, then head to my website, www.scottaaron.net, where you can schedule a free 15-minute call with me where I can learn more about you, your business, what your problems are, and how we could potentially work together. So super stoked about today's episode. And I always seek out those in my network and those that I am close to that I know will bring valuable takeaways and content for all of you guys listening today, because it's really not about me. It's not about the content. It's about what you take away. And my dear friend that I have coming on today, she's just a powerhouse in every way, shape, or form, from her days of being a former marketing executive in the corporate world for a Fortune 500 company, being a mom of 3 and a wife, and now obviously entering into the entrepreneurial world, finding her path through the means of network marketing, much like I did. And now she's a side hustle business coach that really shows those individuals. And it doesn't matter if it's a network marketing side biz, if it's an Etsy store side biz, if it's a coaching program, whatever it is, if you want to know how to turn that side hustle into a full hustle, then this is an episode that you need to listen to. So Julie Ciardi, welcome to today's episode.
Oh, thank you so much, Scott. So excited to be here.
Awesome. So again, there's so much that we can dive into today, and we've talked so many times over the last 4 or 5 months, and we just see eye to eye on a lot of things that are going on, not just in network marketing, but entrepreneurship and life in general. But before we start talking about those things, let's dive back before we dive forward. So let's talk about your days of being that marketing executive in the corporate world, and what was that moment that led you to say, you know what, not that it had to be network marketing, but what was your moment where you're like, you know what, I'm not really happy with the path that I'm going down, and I need to find something different to allow me to create the life that I deserve?
Yeah, and I love sharing this because it was me hearing others share stories like this that helped me see what was possible and make changes. So happy to share it. Yeah, I kind of had that typical past of, type A, do what I'm told, and so of course, went to college, got the MBA, and then started to climb the corporate ladder at a Fortune 500 company. And it's kind of because I just thought that's what I was supposed to do next. The idea of entrepreneurship, side hustles. Back then, network marketing, I still had a terrible taste in my mouth about it because I didn't know anything about it. And so I had these, preconceived notions probably put in my head by my parents, who I think like dabbled in Amway back in the day, right? And so none of this was even on my radar. So I thought that's what I'm supposed to do. And so, I spent 16 years in a Fortune 500 company, climbing the ladder. And so, kind of going up the ranks, becoming a manager and then becoming an executive and eventually becoming a vice president of marketing and leading a really big team. I had over 200 people that I was leading on my team. During that path, I had my 3 kids, and I will say the company that I worked for was pretty phenomenal in terms of being a working mom. I mostly worked from home unless I was traveling. And I also had the ability to take some really good maternity leaves. So that was all amazing. I'm very, very grateful for it. but I didn't love what I was doing. I actually never loved it the whole time. I just kind of was thinking it was a means to an end. I was making great money. I was, able to be home with my kids for the most part. But being an achiever, I had to keep getting to the next level because, I needed something to motivate me and drive me. And I kind of kept thinking, well, if I can get to maybe the next level, the next promotion, maybe then I'll be happy, right? We kind of all fall into that trap. And so I finally get to become vice president. I was a pretty young vice president, and a woman, mom of 3. I didn't see a lot of examples of that in the company that I worked for. So I felt pretty proud of that. But of course, as we all know, happiness doesn't come from that. And of course, by the time I achieved that, I was like, no, I'm not happy. And right about this time, and any of your listeners who, maybe prejudge who they share their opportunity with, listen up, because this will be good for you. So I clearly didn't need the money. Okay. I was doing fine there. I was approached by a friend to buy a pair of earrings. And I was like, all right, I love supporting other women. So I buy the pair of earrings. They get delivered. They're beautiful. I love them. The packaging's gorgeous. I say to her, I think I need more. Like, I need more of this jewelry, and, I need maybe a necklace now. And she said, look, why don't you join my company? Join my team, get the discount. If you want to sell it, you can sell it. I'm like thinking to myself, I don't want to sell anything. I'll just get the discount. I'll sign up. I had no idea that doing that, actually joining this network marketing company, which I didn't really understand that it was a network marketing company. I was kind of like getting my head around this whole industry. It totally changed my life, because what happened was, again, I didn't need the money. That wasn't my purpose. I needed fun. I needed challenge. And as a marketing exec, marketing IT was not that fun for me. Okay. But marketing jewelry and fashion, and really, taking advantage of social media and how I could actually learn and grow, it just gave me a taste of what was possible. And pretty much right about that exact same time, and I was just having some fun, selling some jewelry, doing the marketing for it. The CEO of that company, Jessica Heron, had written a book, and it was called Find Your Extraordinary. And I love to read. So I'm reading on a flight from New York to Dallas for my, corporate job. And when I tell you I devoured that book, I mean, the woman sitting next to me on the plane must have thought, what is this crazy woman doing? Because I read the whole thing in the 4 hours. I had sticky notes all over the tray. I'm writing things down. And here was the moment, Scott. This was the moment. This woman, who was the same age as me, a little older than me, 2 kids, used to work for a competitor of the company that I was working for, decided to go for it, to pursue her own thing, to follow her dreams, took chances, and created, a phenomenal company and set of brands. And I thought, this is the key question: why not me? Like, if she can do this, why can't I? And that one moment, which all started with just a pair of earrings and kind of going down that path with network marketing, just opened the door of possibility for me in a way that I just didn't know existed, and haven't looked back since.
So I love the story, because everyone has a different entryway into network marketing, whether it's someone getting a product experience or, for me, I jumped into the business. I was at a point in my life where I was trading time for dollars as a personal trainer, and a friend asked me, what's your plan B? If you get sick or injured, what's going to happen? So I was already recommending people to supplement companies like GNC or Vitamin Shop or bodybuilding.com. So why not have myself be that person that provides that for my clientele? So it just made sense. So I definitely said yes to the products and the business at the same time. So everyone has a different entryway. So I want to talk about a couple of different things, but I want to ask a couple of difficult questions. Number one, would you agree that every single person in this world has the same opportunity to achieve the success that they deserve in network marketing or entrepreneurship?
Absolutely. 100%.
My second question Do you also feel that there are certain people that are just not cut out for it?
Here's what I would say to that, Scott. I think that may not be cut out for it at the time, but doesn't mean that they're not cut out for it at another point in their life. And here's why I'm saying this. So I didn't jump into it as the business opportunity. It was literally just a blip of what was possible for me, but I came back around to it full circle. And so here's what happened. And again, I really would love for your listeners to listen to this, because don't make the same mistake that I did. I didn't jump into the business. I still had this little bit of thing in my head, which is, well, this is fun. But in order for me to leave my corporate job, I actually need to start, I'm using air quotes for those listening, a real business. And I don't believe in mistakes. I think that this was exactly how it was supposed to play out. But I went down the path, Scott, of actually creating a business from scratch. It started as a side hustle. And then eventually I left my full-time job for the main hustle. But here's the thing. I went down the path of the whole beauty and fashion was really fun to me. So instead of jumping full on in and saying, I'm going all in on this business opportunity and making it a business from a network marketing standpoint, I went and did everything from scratch. And I actually opened a brick and mortar boutique selling women's fashion. Okay. Now, startup costs, now once I opened the business, the insurance, the employees, having to pre-buy all the inventory ahead of selling anything, then discounting everything. And now you're dealing with returns. You're dealing with, I can't even tell you, right? All the things, having a gym, all the things that go into that. If I could rewind, but again, it all happened for a reason. I had to go through that process. I would have just put all my focus into creating my business from the business that was already in my lap, which was the network marketing business. And the full circle moment is that I knew, even with the brick and mortar boutique leaving corporate, that I wanted multiple streams of income. Because just like you with your plan B, I wanted to make sure that I had something in addition to the boutique to be bringing in revenue. And I knew that was going to be network marketing, right? And so funny enough, I ended up going back to the company that I had already been still buying from a discount. Honestly, I really wasn't a big seller, but I did enough to maintain my status, and was like, I'm going all in. And so I decided to go all in. And let me tell you, the network marketing business is way more profitable than my brick and mortar boutique business. So to your question on, are some people just not cut out for it? I just think sometimes it's where they are at in their life or their mindset. They're not quite cut out for it, but it could be a year, 2 years from that point, which they are. And that's what happened to me. The funny story in my company, because I'm one of the top 2% in my company now, but it's funny because the story and the CEO, the one that I read her book, and changed my life, she jokes about it. She was like, you didn't do anything in this business for almost 2 years. And then you decided one day to go all in, and boom, it exploded. And so if anyone listening is, you've been dabbling, you can decide at any moment to go all in and make it a business, and it will become one.
I want to talk about what it means to be all in, but before we do that, there's a couple things. Number one, when I opened my third gym, when all was said and done, and my story, I was in the hole about $1.5 million. And what I learned is why I worked so hard is because I knew there was so much on the table. So every day that I went to work, picking up clients, signing up gym memberships, and all of those things, I was treating it like a $1.5 million business that I was in the hole with. Now, why I got so much traction when I built my network marketing business in the beginning is because I was still treating it the same way that I was when I had my $1.5 million in the whole brick and mortar. And what I found was when people are coming from corporate, and I think you made such a genius transition. You went from corporate, dabbled, opened up your own business, found out that obviously when you open a business, it owns you. You're the first one there, the last one to leave, and the last one to get paid. And then you shifted back to network marketing. But what you had done is you had built the foundational pieces mindset wise, heart set wise, to really do this as a business. And I think what most people's problems are is if they are not coming from that direction. So they're an employee, they're working a regular job that they don't like, and then they see this opportunity because it's quote unquote chic. And then they buy in for $150 a month, $200 a month. But here's what happens. They treat that business like a $150 business. And what happens is if you treat that business like a couple $100 business, it's not going to work. But if you treat that couple $100 business like a $1 million business, it's going to pay you what you want. Now, there's a lot of things that happen in network marketing journeys. And for me, why I asked you that question, do you feel that there's certain people that just aren't cut out for it? And you and I both know the only way to fail in network marketing is to quit. When you quit, you literally cut off any chance. Now, you're a top leader, but also you now coach a lot of network marketers. What is if you had to put your thumb on one thing that's been a reoccurring theme of why people are stuck and they're not succeeding, whether it's the team that you lead or the people that you're helping, what has that reoccurring theme been for you?
So the reoccurring theme, hands down, because I work with a lot of women, okay? All women, what am I saying? All women. I haven't worked with guys at all. All women.
Yeah, I broke the barrier.
You broke my barrier, yes.
I broke the barrier on your podcast.
Yes, the first dude on the More Than Mommy podcast. I love it. So all women, here's the number one thing. What are people going to think of me? They have this huge, they're so afraid of being judged and what will, even their mom think, or, their friend from high school, or the girl at the, pickup line at school. They're so afraid what people are going to think about them that they don't actually go all in, or they don't even do the basics sometimes that are required to really treat it as a business. So for example, I'll give you a great one. So I've actually since sold my boutique, kind of like you with the Jizz. I sold my boutique and went all in with network marketing and with coaching. However, recently I had a friend of mine who did open her own boutique. And so she was, doing all the pre-launch marketing, the behind the scenes, showing, the boutique being constructed, showing her buying the clothing for the boutique, getting so excited. People are, chiming in. Awesome, right? She leads up to the launch of the boutique. It goes great. People are buying. They're happy. I teach my girls that come to me. They're like, oh, what are people going to think? Oh, I don't know. I used her as an example. I'm like, did she sit there and think, oh, I don't know if I should post about, me launching this business. What are people going to think about me? No, she stepped in because that one's okay. But if it's quote unquote network marketing, well, people are going to judge me. And so the number one thing that I tell women that are worried about that, because that's their biggest hurdle, is that if they treat it like a business, if they treat it, people are going to follow their lead. If they're, I don't know, kind of being very nervous about what people are going to think, they are not going to think anything great about it. If you go into something with so much excitement and pride and, and that energy literally just pours out of people, just like the girl that actually opened, a brick and mortar boutique, it's the same thing. And that has been very eye-opening for a lot of the women that I work with. But I would say that is the number one barrier that I see.
Yeah, I see posture and confidence as two big things that you need to have, because a lot of people feel, and I spoke about this with someone actually yesterday, and they said, well, I'm not making money yet. So what right do I have to teach someone else how to build a business with me? And I said, if you're going to wait for yourself to make money, you're never going to do this business, because I said, just reframe your thought. Let people know, say, hey, I am in the process of creating a six-figure residual income. Would you like to be on this journey with me? So instead of telling people where you are right now, let them know where you're going. That's going to intrigue people to wanting to come with you on that journey, because they know that they're going to be walking right alongside of you in that process. So you keep using the phrase all in. And I wanted to circle back around to this, because I know what going all in means. You know what going all in means, but there's a lot of people listening to this that feel like they're going all in, but they aren't. So if I was to ask Julie what all in means to you and what you teach, what does that look like?
So I want to clarify one thing. When I say all in, it doesn't mean that it has to be your full-time job. You can go all in network marketing and still actually have another job. Okay. Just to be clear, because to me, the all in, it's twofold. It's mindset and it's the actions you're taking, right? The funny thing is when you shift your mindset to being all in, the actions start to flow more naturally. And when it comes to what I mean by all in, is that you need to decide that this is your business. Even if it's your side business, it's your business. What I see as a big mistake is that, one, we don't step into the role of being the CEO or owner. Owner is probably a better word than CEO at this level, right? But it's just like, you're the owner of this business. We tend to, what I see happening in network marketing is people rely very heavily on their upline. They rely very heavily on what the corporate headquarters is providing in terms of pictures and training and all the things. And yes, there's a lot of goodness that can come from that. You can learn a lot and get a lot of support from your upline. You can learn a lot and get a lot from your corporate events and training and all of that. But I like to look at that when you're going all in. I like to look at that as your bonus, like extra that you're getting to create your business. That you actually have to look at the products you have to sell, who you are personally, who you want to be reaching out to as your target customers, and truly operate as your own business. And so from a all in, I really think that you have to have your own personal brand and approach to what you are selling, a feel to your business. I see too many times, I see this, you must see this too, where, people, okay, I'm starting this quote unquote business. They create a Facebook group and an Instagram account, and then they just post product pictures from their corporate office every day or every other day. And that's all they're doing. That is not all in. That is kind of your surefire exit strategy, because it's not going to work. What I tell women is forget the whole company upline thing for a minute and really sit back and think about your own personal story, why you love these products, what they've done for you personally, creating that personal story, figuring out who you want to be serving, and then make sure that everything that you're doing, posting, sharing, going live, is talking to that kind of customer. Others will come in, okay? But we tend to talk to everybody. We tend to talk to everybody. Even if you have a product that could be used by everyone, talk to your ideal client, your ideal customer. Oftentimes it's us a year ago or before we started using the products or something like that. You are going to attract to you your ideal customers, which then help you actually grow and create a business. So that's one of the first things I would say in going all in.
And you stated that so beautifully. And there's something that you said, which is your personal brand. And this is why you and I connect so well, because we see the same crap being posted on social media on all platforms, whether it be LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. People just selling, selling, selling. And if people take a step back and they actually look at their own account as a third party. So you're not looking at it as yourself. You're looking at a potential business builder or outside consumer. All you're seeing people do is branding the companies that don't need to be branded anymore because they already exist as a company. And that's where you need to settle in and being your own personal brand. And I feel this is where people start to lose their own personal identity because they're only seen, and you see this in network marketing a lot. You see these top network marketing leaders, they get to a certain point, they've made the money, and now they're like, what's next? What do I do now? I've made the money, I have a big team, but my only identity is actually being a partner of this company, and they didn't do the most important thing. And this is, I'm going to go back to my journey. Even though I was actively building my business for 5 years, I was branding myself at the very same time, talking about LinkedIn and how it could help your business. So I had this personal brand building right alongside of what I already believed in. So again, just like you said, instead of doing all those before and afters and all those product pictures, let people know why you love the product so much, what they've done for you personally, because again, people don't care about anything more than what it can do for them through what it's done for you. And I think the more that people stop personal branding themselves and they continue to brand the companies, they're going to lose their identity. You're going to lose your passion, your purpose, and your path. And you're going to find yourself in the same place you were when you first started.
I couldn't agree more. And as you were saying that, it reminded me of kind of the franchise model, right? So if you own a Dunkin' Donuts or a McDonald's, you're a franchise owner, like you're told exactly how that's supposed to run, look, feel. You are just perpetuating the brand of corporate, right? Of the franchise. This is the beauty of network marketing. Yes, you could do that in network marketing. I don't think you're going to get very far, or you're going to get to where the story you just laid out, where, yeah, you could climb the ladder in your network marketing company, but you're going to get to the end of it and not, you're going to wonder what's next, right? You could go down that path. To me, that's a franchise partner in a network marketing company. Or you have this amazing opportunity to create your own business using the infrastructure and business model of network marketing, which is super profitable. I mean, when you don't have to deal with customer service, shipping, all the things, right? That can be done for you. That is gold. And so the whole idea with personal brand, and people might, be listening going, well, I don't know, my network marketing company is not teaching us this. Yeah, they probably aren't going to. They're going to teach you their franchise model. So here's a big piece of advice that I would give. I think that you need to invest in yourself outside of your network marketing company, meaning if you truly treat it as a business, as you being an entrepreneur, because often people can say, oh, I'm in network marketing, I'm not really an entrepreneur. Well, yes, you are. If you're building a business, leveraging the network marketing model, but not having it just be your sole business, it can be huge. And so you need to learn. You need to learn how to do personal branding. You need to learn how to do online marketing that's aligned to that personal branding. I'm a big fan of having your own website where you're promoting the products that you're selling in the network marketing model. But I would look at the network marketing business as a business model that's plugged into what, you as an entrepreneur.
It's one stream of many. And here's what I mean. You and I both have friends that were in Advocare.
Mhm.
And for those that don't know, Advocare switched over from the network marketing model to the pure 100% distribution model, which means a lot of people lost most, if not all, of their money. Now, I'm not saying that the company that you guys have partnered with, that's going to happen. But just like I shared with you guys earlier about my plan B, you need to be thinking about what is your plan B outside of network marketing, because Julie and I can both tell you, even though we have multiple businesses, we're always thinking about what's the next business? What's the next business? Because if you focus all your time, energy, and effort on one thing, it's going to get diluted. It's not going to be fresh and new anymore. You're going to get bored. And then again, you're going to get to that top of that mountain. You're going to look around and you're like, now what? So you have to be living in this world of creation. You have to create. You got to keep those creative juices flowing. So if you're feeling stuck in your network marketing business, it's not that you're doing anything wrong. Just change something that you're doing to reignite the flame that you first had lit when you first said yes. And that's the big thing, is that you always have to be preparing for something else. Well, you're not in control of what these companies do. If that company decides to go to the distribution model, that's not your decision to decide. If that company shuts down, if that company gets bought out, if that company changed their compensation plan, if those products go to shit and they don't work anymore, that's not on you. But it's up to you to figure out what's next, and don't wait for something like that to happen.
I couldn't agree more. And I'm so glad you brought up the Advocare thing, because here's the thing, what I've been kind of watching people after this dropped, those that had a personal brand. And when we say personal brand, guys, what we mean is that people know, like, and trust you. They know you. They know who you are, what makes you tick. They either align to you or they don't. And that's okay. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. But those that had a personal brand with the know, like, and trust factor, even if they didn't even have another little side business to it, they were able to rebuild in another network marketing company, even though that one went away, because that know, like, and trust factor in that personal brand allowed them to rebuild. Now, I've also seen, even in my own company, I have seen the women that have gone down this personal brand approach do amazing things, to the point where then their network marketing the network marketing component is just another revenue stream in a larger set of revenue streams. And I think when you're open to this, what happens is that as you really develop that personal brand and you start to attract customers, even if they're customers that are just buying your network marketing products today, you're going to start to identify opportunities, opportunities to find adjacent paths into, something else that can help your customer. So for example, for me, it was funny, it morphed over time. So I had the network marketing business building. I decided to become a certified life coach because I just love to help women be able to get out of their own way and to achieve amazing dreams, right? That's very big and like wide, right? That's not narrowed down into a niche, right? But what I started to find is that as I was building my network marketing team, I started to see that so many of these women needed help to get over and outside of their own minds and get over what people are going to think. And how do I do that? And how do I launch? And how do I create that personal brand? I don't know. Boom. That became an adjacent opportunity for me to build. And so I think that when you go down that path, anyone listening, as you start to really think about this, and you put your personal brand out there, you start attracting the kind of people you want to be attracting, not just everybody. Those adjacent spaces and opportunities will start to reveal themselves to you.
So this is actually the perfect time, as it's crazy that how fast this year has gone, and we're winding down in 2019, and I think everyone is feeling the whole holiday stress and the shopping and all that stuff, and they're feeling completely overwhelmed. And you're getting close to launching something really, really amazing in January, just around the corner. So before we start to wind down, talk about this amazing new program that you're going to be launching in just a couple weeks, that person that is in network marketing or is an entrepreneur and they want to learn how to grow that side hustle the right way. Talk a little bit about what you're going to be launching.
Oh, thanks. Yes. So yes. And by the way, we're going into the next decade. Like I can't even, right? We're about to go into the next decade. So I am basically taking the program that I help one-on-one clients with, and doing a group program. It's 8 weeks and it's happening in January. And it's really a lot of what we've been talking about, quite frankly. It's not just geared towards network marketers, but I already have a wait list, and it's all women in network marketing, right? The whole idea of coming up with your personal brand, how to incorporate network marketing into that, which is key. But it's kind of taking everything to the next level, whether it's your online marketing, your sales, how to sell without feeling icky, how to really scale your business, your side hustle in 8 weeks. And so my goal is to help streamline the process for people, especially going into the new year, where they've got goals, they've got dreams, they have things they're trying to achieve in 2020. I want to help them fast start that in what I'm calling the Side Hustle 2020 8-week program. It's a group coaching program. Here's what I love about group coaching. You get to be with other like-minded women who are helping cheer each other along. And that accountability and those friendships are amazing. And so, so I'm going to be launching that. So if anyone listening is interested, many ways you can get in touch with me, but julieciardi.com, or you can just email me, julie@julieciardi.com. And I would love to get you in on the wait list for the program.
Awesome. So I do have one final question, but before we get to that, you have an incredible podcast on iTunes, but also there are ways that people can touch with you on social media. So how can people get in touch with you on social, and what is the name of your podcast? Because I highly recommend people listen to it.
Oh, thank you. So it's the More Than Mommy podcast, and it's really to help moms remember who they are and regain their identity and go after things that they want to pursue. So More Than Mommy podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. And Scott's been on my podcast, so come check it out. And I love Instagram, Julie Ciardi at Instagram. But also, of course, I would have to say you've got to check me out on LinkedIn, because Scott, I actually worked with Scott to help revamp my whole LinkedIn strategy and approach. So if you want to go check out what I'm doing there and how I'm doing it there, go check it out, because Scott was amazing. So definitely hook up with me on LinkedIn as well. But I love to, either messaging on LinkedIn or messaging on Instagram is kind of the best way to get in touch with me.
Awesome. And just so you guys know, her last name is spelled Ciardi.
Here's the thing. So I'm an O'Connor from Boston, and I told my husband, I'm like, can we just take my name? Because no one has a problem with it. Because I get, is it Ciardi? Is it Ciardi? I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to spell it. It's Ciardi.
Awesome. So what I want you guys to do is take a screenshot of this as you're listening to it. Head over to Instagram. You can tag me, tag Julie in this, but definitely connect with her, because if you've listened to this episode, and again, the proof is in the pudding. She's doing amazing things because she had to go first. And if you're that busy mom that really wants that side hustle to actually produce income and not just have it be a hobby, then you need to get on her wait list. You should absolutely be a part of this group training, because again, imagine taking what Julie teaches one-on-one clients, which she charges the right amount of money for, because the return on that investment is ridiculous. But now you're getting that same component in a group atmosphere, so you guys can support each other. That is something that you all need to jump in on. So before we end today's episode, Julie, what does success mean to you?
Oh, took me a while to figure this one out, Scott. But here's what success means to me. Freedom to be with my family, to do what I want when I want. That is the most valuable thing that I have in my life, is freedom. And so that to me is success.
I love that. Julie, thank you so much for sharing all your knowledge and your heart and your love with my audience. I know they're going to take so much away from this. And guys, I would love to hear what you took away. So again, take a screenshot of this, share it on Instagram. Why don't you even quote what you took away, or, DM either myself or Julie on Instagram and let us know what you took away, even on LinkedIn or on Facebook. Feedback is everything with podcasts and coaching, because we know what we believe in. We know what we're putting out there, but we would love to hear from you. with what you're taking away. So Julie, thank you again so much for being here today. I'm just so grateful for you and our friendship, and again, for sharing your time, your energy, and your love with the audience.
Oh, thank you so much, Scott. And thank you for what you do. It's so valuable.
Absolutely. So guys, please enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you again so much for checking out this week's episode. And if you can, head over to iTunes, search for Network Marketing Made Simple, leave me a 5-star rating, basic review. I would be grateful for all of the support you guys can give me. And again, if you'd be interested in learning more how to utilize LinkedIn to grow your business, your brand, and your bank account, head over to my website, www.scottaaron.net. Fill out the form for your free 15-minute discovery call so I can learn more about you, your business, and how we can work together. And again, thank you guys so much. Grateful for you all, and I'll see you next time. Welcome to the Network Marketing Made Simple podcast. I am your host, Scott Aaron, and each and every week I'm going to come to you with short, simple, and powerful tactics of how you can grow your network marketing business, brand, bank account, and impact on those around you. And just remember, network marketing is not easy, but it can be made easy with simple steps to create the success that you truly deserve.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.